Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special call meeting of the City Council of the City of Pearsall here at 214 South Ash today, which is May the 29th, 2024. City Secretary, hello, and please give us a call for members present. Roll call.
Ben T. Briscoe,
Here.
James Leal,
Here.
Rachel Garza, Sonia Hernandez, Tiffany Talamantes,
Here.
Ramiro Trevino,
Here.
Brenda Trevino, Aurora Garza.
Here.
City Secretary, we do have a quorum with this. We'll call for a invocation to pledge allegiance. Please stand. Dear God, Lord, thank you for this day. Father, we thank you for the many blessings you bestowed upon this city. Father, we pray your hand you can continue to be upon our city administrators and our staff. Lord, thank you for our police department, our volunteer fire department. Father, thank you for the many amenities we enjoy, which makes life so good, our water, our roads, Father, and their gas and our sewer system. Lord, please help them continue to run smoothly, and thank you guys. Thank you for the men and the women that make that happen. Lord, thank you for our council. We ask your hand be upon them and their families. Lord, be with those who aren't with us this evening. And Father, guide us as we go about the work of this city. Thank you for this country and the freedoms we enjoy as Americans. We pray these things in Jesus Christ, your son's name. Amen. Tiffany, can you lead us?
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. That City Secretary, is there any citizens to be heard?
No, Mayor, there's not.
Hearing that, we're going to try to make this the quickest meeting on record, but with that, I do have a slight mayor's message. Just want to thank you guys coming for the week of Memorial Day. The best slogan that I saw for Memorial Day was a picture of a flag draped casket of a service member, and under it, it said, "He didn't do this simply for a 3-day weekend." So very, very, very powerful. The number of soldiers, men and women who've died for this country since the Revolutionary War is 1.7 million that have given their lifeblood for our freedom. So hats off to them, and the time that we celebrate, but we should be thankful for them all year long, because we live in a great country that men and women have fought and given it all to preserve. So that's my mayor's message. With that, we'll go on to an action item. Item 6, new business. All these are considered to be an action item. We have 6A, discuss and consider a venue budget and other ancillary items for the 4th of July celebration. This is an action item. I'll call for a motion in a second.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Trevino, second by Councilwoman Talamantes. With that, Fred, turn it over to you.
Yes, Mayor and Council, in your packet on page 3, Crystal did a good job of preparing this memo. I asked her to look up some minutes and some of the history of what we discussed regarding the 4th of July event. And this happened, part of our discussion happened back in August of 23 regarding the event for this year. We do not have any, we have about $10,000 that we could pull from budget for this project, or for this event, excuse me. What we did last year, you'll recall, we had food and the pool, and we had fireworks shows out there. If you look at also, there's also a quote, and this is the only group that we had put in a bid last year for the firework display. I think you have it there with you. Look at it. I believe the minimum amount is $14,000 for a 14 to 15 minute light show, firework display, excuse me. And $950 for every additional minute. So that blows by the $10,000 we had budgeted. And so we anticipate, again, assuming that we go through with the fireworks show and anything else, we're probably looking at a budget of $15,000 to probably more to $20,000 for the event. All I'm asking on this end, because again, as we discussed, I know that the chamber's been approached. I know they weren't able to take on the event this year. Of course, the council knows that. The other question that came up is that is a day off for staff, but sometimes that's the only folks that we have to do the work. So what I need from the council is just some direction in how we want to proceed with that event. If at all, I know that the mayor has expressed the desire to move forward with the event, but we could pool the dollars for the event, but I would, again, those are some of the concerns and kind of where we are with the, it's kind of a last minute thing, to be honest with you. Again, we're just gonna have to figure something out if we wanna do something.
Well, council, we have budgeted 10,000, so again, according to what we do, we're looking at, the chamber did come to us with a pretty large request, if you remember, last council meeting. So what we're looking at is drawing from general fund somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 to hold a similar event like we did last year. I am for reasons that are obvious, very much in favor of us holding some kind of event. I did enjoy that. Last year, I think we could follow the same protocol. We do have the funds, but like everything else, it adds to it. We're gonna receive a little bit more funds once we sell a building here, but anyway, nonetheless, I would encourage you guys to support that at that level. Allow Fred and staff to put a budget together, no more than $10,000 to follow that protocol. Fireworks, hot dogs, soda water, and water chips for the kids at the pool, and have some kind of single day
Keep
celebration.
in mind that what the mayor referring to 10,000, we're talking 14 just for the fireworks, so we're talking a total budget.
Yes,
Aside,
yes.
We're talking anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000.
Yeah, no more than, again, we need to take 10,000 out because we already budgeted 10.
Right.
But somewhere in that, so we'd have about 6,000 to buy hot dogs, chips, water.
So we're talking at the pool, not the complex?
Yes,
The pool's where we had it last year, if you recall, and
Okay.
so, again, part of that was figuring out whether we wanted to continue to have it there.
Okay.
At the pool, we had the pool reserved just in case. And then, the firework display, and we just do similar to what we did last year. I didn't hear complaints last year, but I didn't, on that end, I just needed some direction from the council. If you were thinking of a different venue, different, something else, I think it would be a tough sell, and I'm not an expert with this, but a tough sell to try to get food vendors like trucks now. Because I would assume that most of them may be in other locations. I don't know this, I don't know that. They did offer another suggestion to do something on, I think they mentioned July 5th, but we're not gonna do that. July 5th's a fireworks show, that would kind of defeat the purpose of July 4th, in my opinion. But again, I just need some direction from council, knowing that we are gonna probably go over budget on this and assuming we do the fireworks show, that's kind of where we are.
So,
questions,
were
council?
you able to approach the county and the school, and did they give you any feedback as to whether they're gonna help us?
I have not, I think I've mentioned it in passing to the county, but I have not asked them for their buy-in, if you will, to pitch in for the event. No.
And I think this goes along with what, Councilman Naz was saying last meeting. They want us to help them out with so much, but now it's kind of like they're trying to kind of help us out with something and we hear crickets.
I get it. I
It's
understand.
just kind of frustrating because, we're one of the, I guess, we have the smaller budget, and we're trying to pull, from wherever we can just to get this, and don't get me wrong, I wanna do this because it was great. I took my family there last 4th of July and they had a blast. But for $14,000, that's like $1,000 a minute, and then we have to consider, like you're saying, the food and staff that's gonna be needing to help out. And where are we gonna get the rest of that money from?
I think the county had mentioned that they would, when I talked to Judge on it, because they were interested when the chamber was gonna run it, because they do contribute to the chamber. So when that went down the drain, that's when they're like, well, we just never approached them, because we had nothing on our end to go by that we are now. So I did kind of mention it to them. They were in favor of, at one point doing it from the regional park and launching the firework display from the pond area. And they would contribute what they can contribute on their end, but it's something that, we more than glad to take it back to them. But again, on my end, is the poll, to me, it's more triggered to only one age group. It's just that the kids. I think I want something, I talked to Fred earlier, if he can find out if there was any regulations or anything that pertain to us having something of blocking out downtown area. And utilizing the food truck, the local food trucks to give back to the economy and have them make their profit on their end. And have them do the food part of it, so we don't have to spend on our money and food money. Let them put their trucks out there, and I'm sure that we can get a hold of this one, and the one over here, and, you know, possibly the local ones. I'm sure they'll be available, and they'll make this available, and find a location to launch those fireworks as, you know, from around the surrounding areas, but again, that's where I have Fred look
I
at.
think Chief, and maybe we lost it, but I would venture to say is that, is depending, because of course it's gonna be in July, my assumption is gonna be drier.
Drought.
And so when you're launching them from where there's homes, the reason part of the reason we chose that area where the school is at, because it's not as populated, so we were out there where the football fields are at, and there's not very many homes out there, with the exception, there's some to, Marco Drive, but we were far enough to not be as close, but if we were gonna do it somewhere from this area, say it's, and what I mentioned to the council member, we were gonna do something safe in Fireman's Park. You guys know how many homes are there,
How
so-
about Fred, sorry for the interruption, but, I mean, I would say, if you wanna do something centralized, Centennial Park would be probably the centralized.
We
That-
had it there one year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Forgot about that,
Yeah, Centennial Park, that belongs to the city, but you do have, well, actually, you ain't got much homes around there, it's just businesses.
Just brush?
Yeah,
Brush.
yeah, so it all depends on what Fourth of July looks like as far as landscape, but, I mean, I think it might not be the perfect location, but the Little League Park and the Rams over there, Reminos Park.
The sports one?
The sports complex, there you go. So, I mean, those would be, I guess, two options that we could use. But personally, I would love to see this. But I don't know if we might have enough time, but we're really pushing it because we're having to pull money out of general funds. We were expecting the chamber to be established, for them to, do their part. And of course, like Councilwoman Aurora said, you gotta get staff out there. So that's gonna be overtime.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm sure staff wants to be with their family. We gotta get preparation for all this, so that's more overtime. You gotta organize this, you gotta start promoting, whatever it takes for, I guess it would be, yes,
Yes.
so. I mean, it all depends up to the council, but I personally, I wish we would've done this probably like 4 or 5 months ago, where we could've done more preparation for it. This is kinda like year after year after year, we kinda do it at the last minute, and we try to shove it down the tube.
Part of that, again, if you go back to the minutes, we discussed this, August of 23.
Right.
Yeah.
And so part of that was, again, the understanding that the chamber was gonna be up and running.
Correct.
And then the other piece was, we didn't anticipate, we have some money budgeted, but it was gonna be something for a small event, nothing, because again, part of what the mayor and I discussed is, if we could put money out of hotel funds, that'd be a little different. But
We can't.
it's not, we can't,
It's not a 2-day event.
so we're gonna have to pull that out of general fund and whatever that is, whatever that amount is, that's what we have.
Let me ask you this, Fred. Can we do it in conjunction with the chamber and have them pull,
No, Mayor had the same question.
We tried that.
It's,
they didn't want to, or?
No.
You're basically still have a one-day event, it's not like you're doing.
No, I'm saying do a 1-day event,
You know,
but the city put 7, and they put the other 7 from their budget.
You've given them a budget, right? And so their budgets are for events, it should be a 2-day event, their budgets.
Oh, all for today.
Right, so we'd be the same boat, we're proposing a 2-day, like the Hispanic Heritage or any other event. You're gonna do it, whether it's us or them.
It is 4th of July to the fall.
Tuesday.
So I thought it was a Thursday, might be a Thursday.
Oh, is it?
It's a Thursday.
So, council, let me address a couple of these issues. First and foremost, at the last meeting, after the last meeting and our discussion primarily about EMS, I reached out to the judge about getting together and discussing this, and requested sent an email. I have been gone, got back just last Monday night, almost the day after that. My wife and I are on vacation, so I have not had time to get with the judge, but I reached back out to her again to address this issue. about working together about various other things. And so, as I indicated to the council, I do have every intention of doing that and working our way through this to try to work together. That being said, that's where we are right now. We did discuss this, and we thought we'd be in a different avenue. We didn't set up a fallback, just in case. So, again, you know, the celebration of our nation's birth is critical, important to me, and we'll call for a vote here in a little bit, but again, we're at the stage where we were last year. So I would ask you guys to get a dollar amount and allow Fred the flexibility to do that, either at the pool or Centennial Park or somewhere, weighing all these factors, but give him the freedom to do that and establish, and then those council members that are free or available can come help put this on, would love to do that. And that's kind of where we are, through no fault of our own. But anyway, yes, sir, what's your council?
Would it be a stretch to say, do the Fourth of July celebration on Fourth of July with fireworks and do a Friday's farmer's market?
I don't know, it would be.
I love the way you're thinking, so,
Friday's farmer market,
in conjunction with,
Fourth of July.
I'll say this, again, from y'all's perspective, but again, from relying on the staff, I would venture to say that, it would be a stretch, because.
Are you working Friday?
We're not open Thursday, but we're gonna, some of us will be out. Okay, so we're gonna, I mean, I know that they probably don't like the sound of this, but yes, we will be out there on Thursday. But there is no, Friday, it's just, yes.
So what's an estimated price tag with employee, for staff and everything that you're
Staff
talking about?
overtime, parks, probably alone.
Centennial Park.
Probably parks and public works out there helping set up, probably at least, I don't know, maybe $2,000-3,000 maybe, I don't know.
So $20,000 is enough?
Well, it pays the overtime, I guess I'll just flat out say, you have salary staff that are gonna be out there. Salary, they don't have a choice, and so it's just, be out there.
Perfect, let's vote.
And saying that, again, part of, as a salary employee, I look at it as, okay, well, you're gonna give your commitment of time, then have these flexibilities as well.
I like Councilman Leal's idea, Centennial Park, centralize it.
well, I would ask you guys to allow him to, give him the freedom to make that choice so that we don't have to come back, because we are at the 11th hour, so.
We'll have a fireworks show, council, and just on the venue part, we'll do as best we can. I know some people prefer the water because it's hot, and I know I've heard that, well, you know, kids, you know, wanna have something, and quite frankly, I don't know what I would have for them at Centennial. Maybe we can let them in the library. I don't know.
There's plugs, I think there's plugs, I mean, the city spent like $20,000 on plugs.
Plugs,
Yeah, do we still have those plugs there?
For the Christmas cardinal.
like the
There's a bunch of plugs there.
Well, I thought we had blocked off that road behind, like, on the side of where the library is.
Yeah.
And then they did the fireworks over and
Yeah.
that part.
Did they have, what did they have for them out there? Just bounce houses or?
They had Los Desperados, I think is who we
Oh,
booked in
that's what I had that.
2016.
Oh, that's not-
And then we had vendors, we had booths down Trinity and Rio Grande was where the stage was at. And then the fire
Union
park
Pacific
display
owns that
was at
Florida.
Centennial Park, the firework display.
I'm sure Motor Mouth will donate some time.
Yes.
And what if we ask JP Gonzalez to see if he can, you know, come out there and play since he's hometown?
Who's it? Oh, JP.
The ultimate cowboy friend.
However, yes, however.
Well, council, let's,
Oh, yeah.
just again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna recommend that you allow him $10,000 over and above what we've already got. We've already got 10, and allow him 10, which will give him 14 for the fireworks and 6 for the additional, and then give him the freedom to set it up at what is most, at this stage, where it was most advantageous to the staff and himself. That's my recommendation, which I would ask you.
Can I make a motion?
You may.
Is there a motion already on the table?
There's a first and a second, but the discussion is your motion.
So, I would make a motion to authorize the additional 10,000 to do this only if you put your efforts to asking the surrounding entities to see if they'll assist as well.
You're making this hard on me, James.
And I will assist him in assisting that.
Okay, and then we'll ask them, and they say, no, we still do it, right?
I mean, we still got the 10,000 budget.
Okay.
But let's just hope that this could be the beginning of what we all want, is to work together, and let's do the stepping stone.
Okay. I'm happy to do that. Which will include the school and the hospital. and the county.
All
I-
taxing entities, all taxing entities.
I will make those rounds. Fred, on your behalf, if you'll allow
Yeah,
me.
no,
You know what, ask what is it, the ESD, ask them to pay ESD taxes.
But even
We
if
can
you,
ask.
even if you ask, there's not
Councilman,
enough time
Mayor
to
Pro
plan
Tem,
it.
we will ask everybody again,
No,
as
no,
long
get
as,
them confused, yeah.
as long as it's not conditional upon that,
Yeah.
upon.
No, it's
them
not
giving-
conditional, it's just
them to give.
reach
Yeah.
out to them and see,
Yes.
and if they say, okay, we'll donate 1,000, we'll donate 2,000,
Okay.
subtract that from the
Yes.
20.